Now please join me in welcoming Groceryshop's opening keynote, Jason Buechel, CEO of Whole Foods Market. Jason will be interviewed by Groceryshop's Vice President of Content, Joe Laszlo.
Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Welcome to the main stage at Groceryshop.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
First of all, congratulations on a phenomenal choice of walk-on music. I don't think you could pick anything more appropriate than that.
I don't think there was a better choice.
So many of the conversations that are going to happen here over the next couple of days are going to focus on technology. And I thought we could kick things off by mixing it up a little bit and talking more about people than about tech. There will be some tech towards the end of the conversation, but let's start with people. And I think the first person I want to talk about is you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Due to the role of CEO of Whole Foods, stepping into some fairly iconic shoes as John Mackey steps away from that role. What's a nice guy like you doing as CEO of Whole Foods? Talk a little bit about how you got to that place.
Well, yes. Well, first off, yes, some big shoes to fill. John's an absolute legend. I guess a little bit about me. Well, I currently reside in Austin, Texas. I am a Wisconsinite by heart. I've had a long-standing connection to food and agriculture. I've been gardening since I was 7. Both my grandparents ran dairy farms. My dad was a cheesemaker. I guess that makes me like a pretty stereotypical Wisconsinite.
Very Wisconsin.
But I absolutely love food. And one of the things I also love is our purpose and our core values as Whole Foods Market. And I worked in the retail space for about 13 years before joining Whole Foods. And for me, it was when I first got introduced to the company and the leaders and saw that the core values and higher purpose weren't just words on a wall. It's what drew me to Whole Foods about a decade ago. And fast forward, I've had an amazing opportunity working across technology, our global support functions, most recently our COO, and just so honored to be able to be in the dream job that I've never imagined I would be in, but is ultimately an amazing experience.
That's great. Whenever a transition like this happens, you always kind of have an opportunity to take stock of things about the company you want to remain consistent, things that you want to change. Can you talk a little bit about both of those? Like, what are some things that you want to embrace and keep the same as you take over?
Yeah, well, one of the things that really differentiates Whole Foods Market is our higher purpose and core values that I just mentioned. You know, for me, it's one of the things that I think is important not only for our culture, but when I look at all of our stakeholders, whether it be our team members, our customers, our suppliers, this is one of the things that uniquely connects us as Whole Foods. One of the key reasons why many of our customers come is our quality standards. So I have no intention of us changing. In fact, I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for us to further elevate our quality standards as we go forward.
Fantastic. Let's definitely come back to that. How about a couple of things that are going to change? Maybe elevating quality standards is one of those. Are there one or two other things you see, doing differently as Whole Foods evolves?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I've really enjoyed doing over the last 6 months is visiting all of our regions and all of our support functions. I did a listening tour where I was able to connect with stakeholders from across the company. I met with thousands of team members. I met with suppliers. I met with customers. I met with community partners. And for me, one of the things that's going to be really important as we go forward is not only that we have a vision and strategy that everyone understands, but they understand their role, how they connect to it. And for me, one of the opportunities I think we have is to be even more store-centric as we go forward in understanding the needs of our customers as well as our team members. I'm also really excited about unleashing growth for us. While we've continued to grow as being part of Amazon, I see an opportunity for us to further spread our wings, and we have an opportunity with greater white space as we go forward.
Great. So you talked about stakeholders, and I think that's a great way to structure the rest of the conversation. So let's, of the stakeholders we could talk about, let's talk about customers. I feel like there's a stereotypical view of who the Whole Foods Market customer is, but can you talk a little bit about who they actually are today and maybe how they've changed over the last 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's unique about our customers is I think they mostly seek us out because we do a lot of the homework for them. We currently have over 500 banned ingredients. We're defined as a retailer not by what we carry, but what we don't carry. So when you go to Whole Foods, ultimately the quality standards that we represent is what you're going to be able to find in our stores. We find that our customers also are continuing to be interested in traceability. They want to understand the products that they buy, how they've moved through the entire supply chain. They care about many of the stakeholders are impacted throughout the supply chain as well. The communities and the environment that are part of us bringing both agriculture as well as the food products to life.
Yeah, great. What about what they want? I think there's a lot of curiosity about what kinds of store experiences people are looking for. After a couple of years when people just ran in, bought what they needed, and got out, or got their groceries delivered for them, I feel like there's now talk about making grocery experiences more engaging again. What are you seeing along those lines?
Yeah. Well, one, we're really excited about sort of bringing back the theater of retail. It's been a little bit difficult over the pandemic, but our customers do look for that amazing experience. One of the things that I'm super excited about is not just the place we were at before, but ultimately where we can look and take those experiences as we go forward. Some of them are going to be about the products and offerings that we sell. Some of them are going to be around the store design and experiences that we bring to life. Some of them are going to involve technology that simplifies those. But as we continue to open new stores, I'm really excited about the high bar that we're setting for the amazing customer experiences we bring.
Yeah, you were talking about your Manhattan West store as a sort of showcase. Are there specific things you'd highlight about that store that stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. This was a store I was just recently at, and it's truly just an amazing experience. I consider it to be sort of oasis within Manhattan itself. Not only do we have amazing theater where you can see team members preparing and making amazing offerings for our customers, but you get sort of in-depth look at many different parts of the store. One of the things I love here is our butcher station, where you can actually see in and you can see our butchers hard at work. And so for me, it helps bring sort of the theater, if you will, of retail to life. If you have a chance to get out there, I'd recommend it to anybody as just an amazing, amazing grocery experience.
That's great. Whole Foods basically created the category of organic, better for you, or at least pioneered it on a national scale. But now you have companies like Thrive Market. Thrive's founder and CEO is going to be on stage here in a couple days. There's others in the market. So how does Whole Foods continue to maybe stay ahead of the competition or continue to differentiate itself when it's not the only game in town anymore?
Yeah. Well, one of the things is we are truly humbled and honored for the fact that many folks are trying to play in this space. Mission number one for us was helping bring natural and organic products to the mainstream. And so check, that's happened at this point. One of the things that we look to do is figure out ways that we can continue to differentiate. So in addition to the quality standards I mentioned earlier, there's things like Source for Good, which allows us to help identify products that have taken the next level of advancement, both for our customers to being able to understand that, but ultimately we're making true impact in the communities where these products are being produced. We're talking about fair earning potential for the team members of our suppliers. We're talking about community benefits that we can support more broadly, and we're talking about environmental stewardship where they can play at the next level. And so for me, this is one of the things that I'm excited about is we can continue to differentiate in programs that we bring to market, and they're great for Whole Foods, but they're great for our broader stakeholders as well, and it truly leads to win-win-win outcomes.
Yeah, let's shift gears and talk about suppliers, because you're talking about Source for Good, sort of the natural segue there. Tell the audience a little bit more about that program, which I see as a sort of simplification. There are so many different standards, I don't know, shade-grown, fair trade, organic, and that's just coffee alone. Is Source for Good a way to simplify that panoply of different ways to be good and just make it easier for somebody?
Absolutely. And the idea is it's not just about being good in one sector. So you can support fair trade, but ultimately, what are the other areas within the supply chain there's an opportunity to contribute to at a higher level? One of the things that I love about this program, and if you take a good example, Haitian mangoes are considered to be some of the very best mangoes in the world. And we've been able to work with suppliers there, not only in helping deliver fair trade opportunities, but ultimately impacting the broader communities and impacting it in a more sustainable way than previous practices took place.
How do you select companies to get the sourced for good label? Are they coming to you applying, or do you go to specific suppliers that you know are doing a good job and sort of offer it?
I would say it happens both ways. I mean, for us, it's about working with our existing suppliers, first seeing who's interested in being part of this program. I think there's a little bit of shoulder tapping that helps take place as well when we see an opportunity either within a category or particular product. And what's amazing is it's not just about the initial work that they'll do to be part of the program, but in having visited some of these suppliers, most recently I went to Blumia, which is one of our tulip suppliers out in the Mid-Atlantic, and seeing what they're doing today, but like what they've got planned in the out years for continuing to support environmental stewardship and ultimately having a more sustainable program for how they grow flowers.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like these programs often start simple, but inevitably get a little more complicated over time. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see as companies, suppliers one-up one another if you need like a sourced for even better or something like that down the road. I guess my last question on that, though, is more about the customer side of things. Like, what do you see specifically kind of from customers? Like, are they more likely to buy a sourced for good product? Do they tell you in their customer feedback surveys that they like sourced for good? Like, how do you hear from them that this matters?
Yeah, we know for a couple of reasons. One is we had some previous programs that we sort of wove into this program, and a big part of it was helping it make it more simple. So when we launched in April of 2021, we helped simplify the way by which customers can identify products that are part of this program. As you can see up on the screen, there's actually stickers that are placed on the specific products. So simplicity, I think, is a really important part of that. But what we've done is a lot of customer research and understanding what do customers care about, both our customers as well as the general population. And one of the things that we've begun to notice is when you start to look through sort of the different generations, some of the different buying behaviors and what's most important for them. And some of the things that I found most interesting is the millennial generation. If you look at their shopping behavior over the last 5 years, their interest around what they're buying and how it's sourced has fundamentally changed. 60% of them are looking at labels more than what they did 5 years ago. They actually care what's in their product and how it was sourced. 50% of them are going to make decisions based upon that. And so for us, it's not just, again, about making a program that we think as Whole Foods is good, but it's listening to what we believe is an opportunity to better support what our customers are looking for, and then figuring out win-win opportunities for our suppliers, for the environment, for the communities that we serve.
Yeah. Last question about suppliers has to do with locally sourced goods. I feel like Whole Foods, I used to think of Whole Foods as the place to go to find new, I'm based in New York, so cool new, artisanal Brooklyn-based pickle manufacturers and whatnot, but I don't think of Whole Foods that way so much anymore. Is that still a priority for you guys?
Absolutely. We've really never lost focus on that. If we just go over since 2017, we've increased the number of local offerings by 30%. We currently have over 3,000 unique local products on our shelves. And this is not only important for our customers as they want to seek out that unique differentiation that you speak of, but we also think it's an important role for us in the communities that we serve when we look at things like food miles, especially in produce, and how do we make sure that we've got offerings that our customers are interested and are helping live up to our higher purpose and our core values.
Great. So easier to find the better for you things, and also still things that are coming from close to your community as well.
Absolutely.
It's great. Very high standards to live up to. The last group of stakeholders is, of course, your workforce. It is a very challenging moment to find frontline workers. It remains a very hot labor market. Can you say a couple words about how Whole Foods is doing as far as not just attracting really high-quality workers who believe in your mission, but retaining and maybe growing their skills as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everyone here in the audience has lived through some of those challenges within the labor force. And for us, it's been such an important part of figuring out not only how do we continue to bring new team members in, but how do we create a fulfilling and amazing team member experience for those folks. When I mentioned the listening tour that I was part of, a big part was getting input to understanding what are the things that we can do to help support the process, not only for hiring folks, but our onboarding process, and helping make sure that we can unleash and show all the potential that they can have, not only in connecting with the company at a higher level, but ultimately how we can help create and develop skills that they can use for a lifetime. Two of the areas that I'm really excited about are our apprentice butchership program, which is something that we launched this past year, which is not only helping develop our team members in these skill sets, but giving them a certified program by which they can not only have a greater earning potential, but they've got differentiated skill sets from their fellow team members. We've got the same thing that exists in our certified cheese professional program. And what's really exciting about this is it's great for our team members because it's a developmental opportunity and it's a way that helps differentiate their experience, but it's great for our customers as well. Our customers look to come to Whole Foods not only for the amazing in-store experience provide, but it's the expertise. Our team members are the magic and secret ingredient of Whole Foods Market, and it's these unique skill sets that we can sort of bring to life that help surprise and delight our customers throughout the store.
It's interesting. So there's only so much automation can do, at least at this point, to replace somebody who really knows cheese really well or who can like cut a pork chop like nobody else. But we have about 5 minutes left, and I would be absolutely remiss not to ask you about how Whole Foods is getting along with your parent company these days. And certainly there's the example of the Just Walk Out Whole Foods and other Amazon technologies I'm sure that you're leveraging. Talk a little bit about how you're gaining innovation insights from Amazon's technological prowess.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, one, I think we've hit a great stride with our partnership with Amazon. Not only are we able to learn a lot from each other, but we're able to co-create and help create amazing new experiences. If you look at things like the Just Walk Out technology or the Dash Cart, which we announced that will be launching in Massachusetts and is actually being demoed here across the hallway, to Amazon One, which is an easy way to identify customers and do payment with the palm of your hand at point of sale. So what we're able to do is take those leading edge technologies and help integrate them into our store experience and couple it with some of the amazing team member experiences that I mentioned earlier. And what's great is customers are going to be able to decide like what are sort of those unique experiences they want to bring to life for themselves, which I think is going to be a hybrid experience. There's going to be aspects that are going to be heavily supported by technology, and there's going to be others that are going to be about the human interaction that you're going to have with a team member. I think at this point, customers aren't looking to ask a robot for what type of cheese or the slice and cut of meat that they may want to have. They want to talk to our experts and help make it a meaningful experience.
Yeah, at the rate AI is going, I don't know if it's going to be too long before AI might know more about cheese than I know, but for now at least, I think humans are safe there. I know I went to Amazon the other day because I had to return an Amazon thing that I had bought, and of course it's very easy to do that at Whole Foods right now. Is that helping you get new people in your doors and like maybe turn them into shoppers for groceries while they're at it? Do you have any like stats you can share about that?
Yeah, we absolutely do. One of the things that we've done is try to find out ways where we can make things more simple for customers overall. And as we did some research, Amazon customers were telling us that, one, they want to be able to return items, but they want to pick up parcel items as well. And so we created this program that we test and iterated on that we've now scaled across all of our stores. So customers are able to quickly make a return, and many of our stores also do a parcel pickup. And in some cases, these are new customers to Whole Foods. So it's an opportunity to help introduce our offerings to them. And we've been working through a lot of ways on how to help improve that as we go forward.
Yeah. Do you think you're in a good place now as far as like, I don't know, talk a little bit more about like how you chat with your Amazon peers and colleagues? Is it a regular meeting to touch base? Like talk a little bit about that before we wrap.
Yeah, we're definitely in constant conversations. I mean, one of the things that I think is great about us being part of Amazon is we're able to learn from each other. And so we're able to better understand offerings that each one of us is developing. We're able to talk about things that we're learning around customer insights, as an example, and ways that we can better serve both of our customer bases. The reality is we have a lot of overlapping customers. I mean, many of our customers are Prime, as an example. So we're able to get learnings around what are they looking for from Whole Foods and how can we best create amazing experiences when they come inside our doors.
Yeah, great. We're down to just the last couple of minutes, and so I'd love to finish with just kind of a rapid fire, top of mind, like what, we do need to talk a little about technology because it's Groceryshop. Are there 2 or 3 specific technologies you see out there that you're really excited about bringing to Whole Foods customers in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned a little bit earlier about some of the tests we've been doing with Just Walk Out technologies. We currently have 2 stores that are live. So we're using this as an opportunity to learn around what customers like about it, what are opportunities that we can continue to sort of advance and evolve that. I am really excited about the dash cart that I was just alluding to a few minutes ago. Having sort of experienced the first version, now looking at the second version, I think we're making great improvements that are helping not only create an amazing in-store experience for the customer, but it's ultimately leading to them being more satisfied because they've got all the support that they need, and they can do it at the same time in a much more simple, convenient shop without having to wait in line at the register.
Interesting. And the infrastructure is a lot easier than all of the myriad cameras that you need to do a full Just Walk Out kind of implementation. So
Absolutely.
That's really, really interesting times. So I think that's about all the time that we have. I wish we had another hour. I would pepper you with even more questions and maybe get your advice on cheese. But
happy to do so.
thank you so much, Jason, for joining us. It's a great way to kick off Grocery Shop, and thank you all for
Thanks
being
so much,
here.
Joe. It was great
Yeah,
being here.
thanks.
Yes, take care. Thanks so much.